So was it worth it?
That was worth it. That was worth getting up at 4:30 in the morning for. Today we are shopping the Northwest's largest garage sale event, and there are hundreds of vendors here. And let me tell you, we're gonna find some good stuff. Good morning. It is 6:26 in the morning and we are headed on our way to the Northwest's largest garage sale event. This is a massive flea market event. It's indoors and outdoors. They say on their website they have over 800 vendors. I don't know if that's going to be the turnout today, but we are really excited and hopeful.
I'm interested to see how it might have changed over the years, because it has been a long time since we were here.
You know, as they say, the early bird gets the worm. So we are going for the early bird special. It opens at 7 o'clock. We're almost there. We are going to do a quick swoop of the entire market, looking for the good stuff fast before it all gets snagged up. And then we're going to re-walk through the market and take our time and look more in depth. So the parking for the event was $6. And early bird tickets are $22 each. So it's kind of a spendy morning at just over $50, but if we find some good deals this early, it'll be worth it.
So we've already lost $50 today.
We better make it up.
We're negative 50. I have a feeling by the end of this, we're gonna be negative a lot more than 50. I don't think we're making money at this moment. This is gonna be all negative from here on. But eventually we're gonna make the money, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
The parking lot is pretty full. This is an impressive early bird turnout.
What's the parking strategy? I don't know where we enter at.
I don't either, so I say just find the first spot that looks like a legit spot, take it.
Jump out of the car and we're gonna sprint.
Yeah, you could drop me off at the front. I can be a passenger princess today if you want.
Would you like that? Would you like that?
There's a spot, there's a spot. We're testing out the green Hulkin today. These bags are amazing. They're the perfect thing for flea markets. I'll link these in the description too, because they are our favorites. We have several of them. Gotta get your morning banana.
No breakfast.
Because once we get picking, we don't stop for food. You're beating us! You're beating us! Things just got competitive. We got our wristbands, now we gotta go get in line. Woo, have fun. We're going this way, you're going that way. Oh, I'm gonna be coming back for some turquoise over here. Let's go this way. My strategy is we're gonna go to the back and work our way forward because most people start at the front. Thought I lost you. All right, we are going to this far corner. We're gonna have a grid. We're gonna stay focused. I doubt it, but we're gonna try. And I've already diverted. Beautiful onyx ashtray and lighter set, $20.
Taking up smoking?
I'm not, but I'm definitely getting it. That's really neat. It's $5 and it's made out of old coins.
See, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. It's actually worth 90 cents.
We're getting that. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. This is gonna be good. I almost caught my hand on fire because it actually works. That's amazing. I was not expecting it.
My dad doesn't smoke anymore, so they were like, okay, you guys can sell this. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I'm really glad. Thank you.
I don't smoke either, but...
Yeah, we don't smoke either, but
It's real pretty.
I love
We had it in our house for a while. Look at that, it's so pretty.
I like this little stool. This little table's only $20. That's a good one. I'm digging this stool. Hi, how much is the stool? 45. Yeah. Okay, thank you. This elephant box is so adorable. It's 35.
Is it like a doll?
A little doll
crib?
bed? I don't know. Could definitely be used as that.
Good.
Are you dead serious?
We were just talking about this album yesterday and today by the Beatles. They have a very valuable version of this record. When it was originally released, it was released with a different cover and it was super controversial.
Okay.
And they had to basically pull that album off the shelves and then they shot a new...
This is the new photo.
This is the family-friendly photo from the Beatles. But the old ones made it into circulation for a little bit. and they're worth thousands, tens of thousands.
Wow. Is that the original?
No, this is not. This is.
My heart was actually just pitter-pattering right now because of how
the
much you
record's
said
not
it was
even in
worth.
here. I wonder if.
It's just a cover?
Yeah, so.
No way. So this is the inappropriate cover.
Right, this was the original cover.
No way.
But they ended up reproducing this now, like current versions, with the original cover because it's less.
What are the odds?
Yeah, I know. It was right there in front.
Full circle, everybody. Full circle. Oh yeah, you got that from Terry Porter's estate? How funny. You're the same one.
Yeah, I just had to frame it.
Oh wow, look at this perfume set. That is gorgeous. $22. I bet that'll clean up. Look at this piece of art. It's $20. That's pretty cool. It's got a little bit of ripple to it though, which can be fixed if you're an expert, but
it dried.
It got moisture in there. Kind of interesting enamel. I just snagged this cool Dutch enamel horse bowl. It's a mid-century on copper and it was only $10. Look at this. That's really cool. This is actually ceramic. It almost looks like a wood inlay. It's signed. So I got this one from actually a space that was next to this space and it was $5. And then I got that beautiful bowl platter for $25. Oh man, we're like 6 booths in. This is going real good. I love your brass cats. They're so cute. I was wondering how long it would be. This one's only $10. Not a bad price. This is beautiful. Little candelabra, and it's got an owl on it. Oh, it's got a pretty big crack across the bottom. These Mexican folk art candelabras can be very valuable.
Also very fragile.
Very fragile. Beautiful though. If it wasn't broken, I'd be getting it for sure. What'd you find?
2 sealed boxes of baseball cards.
Oh, exciting. From what era?
1990.
Nice. Everything in this whole space is only $2. Amazing. Got this table for $45. I think it'll fit in there nicely. Perfect.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is the absolute cutest lidded dish. It's as is $10 because sadly it has a pretty big chip. Oh my goodness, super cute. We're shopping the Northwest garage sale together. So much fun. We've already found good stuff. You found good stuff? Good stuff, yeah. You got that at the $2 booth?
She usually has good stuff at the $2.
Isn't that pretty? That's really nice.
So we're all admiring each other's finds.
Kind of cool, huh?
Look what Jesse just spotted. It's a really unique long shape. It's only $12. It's really old too. Let's get that. That's really interesting.
Morning.
Hi, we'd love to get this. It's from Stockholm.
Printed in
1810.
Sweden.
It's probably the original.
Probably not from 1810.
I'm gonna guess no. It does look old, but I don't think that old. That's really neat. We just got that for $12. You can tell by the way that the nails are here on the back. They're kind of rusted. It's pretty old. Getting this gorgeous double-sided mid-century vase for $15.
It should be
It's
all
artist
good.
signed. Here's another $2 table. Everything $2. Look at this massive collection of these decanters. They're $5 each or 5 for $20. Wow, someone really collected a lot of these. Look at these amazing handmade quilt jacket hoodies. This one has an actual hood. They're made by Rose Valley Craft. Those are beautiful. I love upcycled quilt stuff. So if you buy something and you don't have the ability to carry it around with you, they have a holding area here, and they keep everything in the back. Most of this aisle, $5. Let's see what kind of gems we can find
Except
in
for
here.
the thing that you want.
Probably, that does tend to be how
Most
it
things
works.
$5, but if you pick it up, actually they did mark them $5.
Hey, $5. That's cool with the little foxes. Or rabbits? Are those foxes or rabbits? Squirrels?
You need brass penguins.
That's cute. $5 each. Leather camel. All right, I'm going back into the main building, and now I'm going to start looking at jewelry. I'm very excited because I spied some really good things before. I just went nuts in this jewelry case. I cannot wait to show you what I found. All of this stuff over here getting bagged up is mine too. And then even though I've already checked out twice, I'm gonna go ahead and get these also.
So was it worth it?
That was worth it. That was worth getting up at 4:30 in the morning for. Oh my gosh.
I'll have to remind you next time we're getting up at 4:30 in the morning.
Be like,
remember?
Remember what
Remember
it
that
felt
one
like
day?
when you came home with a bag full of
Can
probably
you power
7
through?
pounds of
Just
sterling silver. Isn't it a lot of sterling? Wait, do I have anything else in here? I literally thought I bought that much sterling silver and it's jam.
Yeah, I think those are weighing.
Okay, that's more like 3 pounds of sterling. I can't wait to show you some of the stuff that we've got in here. Just, oh my goodness. Look at all those earrings, sterling, turquoise, coral, lapis, all of it, mother of pearl. I got some amazing Marionberry fruit spread from a local Oregon farmer, and we had a great time meeting them. They actually watch our YouTube videos. It was so nice meeting you, and we are very excited to have the Marionberry jam from your farm, all organic.
We got a Hulkin full of stuff back there, top of the Hulkin. It's right there.
And it's filled to
I'm
the
just gonna-
top.
Should I just reach in there and grab something?
Yeah,
Oh.
if you could. A huge thank you to everybody who said hi. We had so much fun chatting with everybody today.
Market was good. Prices were good. You could get some deals. People were
Definitely.
wheeling and dealing. It's a one day only, which is kind of nice because I think vendors don't have like, I can wait till tomorrow to see if it sells or
Yeah,
something
they're
like that.
ready to move
So,
it.
Yeah, they're ready to move it.
One of my favorite moments from today was when we went to a space and I wasn't filming because I had something in my hands, and so my phone was kind of tucked away, and I spotted a lapid lamp that is almost identical to a cylinder one that we found in Las Vegas. It had $200 on it, so I wasn't even gonna ask how much it was. But then I picked up a piece of pottery that had 40 on it, and he goes, $5. And I'm like, what? And he's like, $5. I'm like, it says 40. And he's like, $5. It's all yours. He's like, you like the lamp? You can have the lamp for 40. And I'm like,
And you're
you
like,
work here? This is a great scam. If you're just like $5 on that $100 item and people start giving you cash, but he did indeed work there, and they had a really hilarious strategy, and they just priced everything high. So then they were like $10, $5, $20.
Right.
Everyone was like, so excited in this space. I'm sad I couldn't capture that on camera for you, but I'm also thrilled that we got to experience it. So shout out to those vendors. You were hilarious, and I love our lapid lamp. These are from the 1970s, and they're designed by Elspeth Cohen for lapid, and I just love them so much. They have everything that I love in a lamp. They have great shape, they've got cool patterns, and then they're still neutral enough that you can mix and match them with other colors and patterns. What's funny is that I've held on to this one for so long because I didn't want to let it go, even though we didn't have a space for it in my house. Now that I have the second one, I think it's time. I think I'm actually going to sell them as a pair. I think some people might really appreciate that they're different shapes. They can have them in the same room spread out from each other without being too matchy-matchy.
The variety was also really good. There was jewelry vendors, there was guy stuff there,
Yeah.
like tools and
Old tin
memorabilia stuff, oil cans. Like, I mean, I'm not really into that stuff, but I know a lot of guys are. I know a lot of picking couples. It's kind of nice when each person in the couple can find things that they're looking for.
You can kind of split up and go, you go look in that space and they're looking in another one.
The variety was good.
It was very good in the...
It wasn't heavy on any one thing.
No,
Like sometimes you go to a market.
and collectibles too, for people that are into comics or, vintage Disney. There was a lot of variety at this market. Sometimes when you go to a flea market and everything's so beautifully displayed, it's easy on the eyes and calming, and it's enjoyable to look at, but you can kind of walk by a booth because you feel like you see everything. Every single one of these booths were packed with stuff, so it made you feel excited, like you just had to get into each space in order to actually see what's in there, which good job to the vendors for turning up with a lot of stuff, because shoppers really appreciate that.
So what would you say? I'd say it's a lot different than last time we came.
Yeah, a lot different, a lot different. Even the smalls and the vintage were just stellar today.
I feel like when we came 10 years ago, it was kind of small still. It hadn't grown to where it's at. I don't know. I like this vibe better.
Me
It's
too.
grown and the vendors have gotten good.
And I felt like everybody was flexible on pricing, but also things were priced, which is really appreciated, because especially if you don't know what you're doing and you're just getting into this, you might not know how much to offer for something. And if there's no pricing on anything, it can be intimidating to go up and just throw out a number, because you don't know, is that art piece worth $100 at a flea market, or is it worth $5? So even though a lot of the vendors were flexible, sometimes it's just nice having somewhere to start your negotiations. We're gonna go meet our friends Bridget and Sarah for lunch, and then I think we're gonna go to our friend Emily's pop-up event. Vintage pop-up, we're coming for you.
Just popped up.
Dumpy Vintage. She's a pop-up girly. He's so cute. I have to get this. Adorable. She did such a good job on her staging. Look at this. Everything's organized by type. Even the bathroom is filled with vintage. She's got all this art in the tub. Look at this piggy bank. Denmark. That's so cute.
$15.
$15?
$15.
This is a beautiful display case too. Hey, my boy. Pablo Zabal, 30. This is like the zebra I have. We found some really cool things. I'm excited to show you all of the smalls. So this is a mix of what we found both at the Popup and also at the Northwest largest garage sale. My first find was this onyx set, and so it's an ashtray and a lighter, which I almost lit my hair on fire. I didn't expect it to actually work when I clicked it at the flea market. Usually these things are out of fuel. It's really hard to find the ashtray and the lighter all together, so that was really cool to find that. Now this was from the vendor that had really high pricing, but then they were giving out really good deals. They had $40 on this one. It's made in Mexico, and I ended up getting it for only $5. There's just one tiny little flaw in the finish on the enamel, but other than that, it's beautiful. I love the colors and the flower design on it. I got these two little birds at Emily's Pop-Up. So this is a little pottery one, $8. And then I think the price tag fell off this one, but I also got that little wooden one. I've been working on collecting a bunch of miniature things for a little shelfie of all tiny things. So my goal is for everything to be under 2 inches. So I thought those would be perfect for that. Once I get a few more items for that little shelfie, I will show you. I'm so excited about these. So these are Art Deco perfume bottles, and they're black lucite with the brass, and they are so amazing. She had 22 on the set, and I ended up offering 15, and then we agreed on 18. So I got both of them for $18, and I looked them up on eBay after we got home, and even a single one can sell for $40 plus. So definitely a really good deal. I cannot let these go though. They are going to be so perfect for staging and decorating when I do little bathroom vignettes and setups. I got a couple pieces of beautiful 1970s studio pottery. This was also from the same dealer, and they had a $40 sticker, and I think I got it for $5. And then this one I got from a very nice gentleman, and he said he had this in his home for 30 years. He lived down in Southern California. It's signed Susie, and what's kind of cool about this one is it's double-sided, so it has the design on both sides, and it was only $15. I didn't even ask for a discount because that was such a great price already for such a beautiful piece of studio pottery. This is a Dutch enamel bowl. It's got a beautiful horse, and it was $10. I think it would have originally said Holland right there. Yes, Sagita. And again, I didn't ask for a discount because it was only $10, and this is worth $50 to $60. I love supporting the vendors, so sometimes I know some of you get on me for not asking for better pricing, but sometimes if I know that the price is already that good, I really want to support these vendors so that they come back next year. This is a beautiful Native American woven basket tray, and this is worth at least $50, maybe closer to $100. I got these two beautiful bowls from Emily's pop-up event. I thought the color on them was so pretty. They're artist signed, and I love the texture on the outside of the bowl, and then it's got kind of that ruffle freeform that I love. As you can see, I love my ruffle freeform. I even picked up a piece of Murano. This was only $5, and it is Millefiori Venetian Murano glass, probably worth about $40 to $60. There's some listed online for around $100, but when I looked up sold comps, they were probably closer to the $50 range. But for $5, that's pretty good return. This is probably my favorite item that we picked up today. I love this bowl so much. It's really interesting because it almost looks like wood inlay, but this is all out of ceramic. And it's got the artist signature TC, and I know that I've seen this signature before, and I cannot remember who it is. I'm gonna have to do some research. That's gonna drive me nuts because I know I've done this research before, and if I can't find it, I'll probably post it in a pottery forum and see if somebody can help me identify that. If you're familiar with the maker, please let me know in the comments below, and I will pin your comments so the rest of us can easily see that too. And then I found this kind of handmade buffalo nickel bracelet for only $5. Even though this isn't incredibly valuable, it's probably worth around $40 to $50. This is a very collectible coin. These nickels were made in the US from 1913 to 1938. And one of the issues that they had was that they would get worn off easy. So a lot of these you actually can't see the date. It would have been right here on their shoulder. There's a couple of them you can see say 1920, and then it's a little bit easier to read some of them on the inside. For a coin collector, this would be kind of cool. You could actually wear your coins. I got these two beautiful Moroccan thuya wood candle holders at Emily's. This is one of my absolute favorite woods. It's so pretty and so rich in color. Beautiful piece of black Oaxacan pottery. This was only a few dollars. And then this is actually made out of camel bone, and it's got beautiful brass inlay. I either paid $10 or $15 now. Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I do know that these can sell for $50 to $75. And if you find the black and white camel bone boxes, those can be worth probably close to $100. I thought this one was really unique because it has the oval shape to it, but mostly I just love that brass sun inlay, and it's velvet lined too. It has black velvet inside. I gotta pull this one out to show you this. I got this from Emily. So this is an antique Japanese Yagen mortar. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, Y-A-G-E-N. And I'm actually gonna give this to my dear friend Michelle, who loves all things Japanese. These are quite valuable. This is such an interesting thing. You don't come across this kind of stuff very often here. It's basically a spice grinding wheel. So you would put your herbs in there, and then you would use this cast iron wheel to go back and forth and grind it up. And it's so beautiful and functional. I love having things that have almost a sculptural look, but that you actually use. So it's kind of a 2-in-1. You get design and something that is actually functional for your kitchen. And then Jessie spotted this really cool piece of art. So it is a print. It's not made in 1810. It's a vintage Swedish print. And if it was the original, oh my gosh, it would be worth so much money. These original folk art paintings are worth thousands of dollars. So if you ever find one, make sure you do some research on it. Even this print could be worth $100 or $200. My favorite thing about it, besides the amazing dollar horses, is the fact that it actually is long. Look at this. It's huge, but it's skinny. And I think that is so unique. It would look amazing mixed into a unique gallery wall, because you always want to use a mixture of different sizes and shapes. And this long length would look amazing. I found this for only $45. I love these spider leg tables. And this is the first time I've come across one of these minis. This is just a small side table. It's different than the full-size coffee table that I used to have in my house. I'll insert a picture of that one. And at our last pop-up event at PDX Estate Marketplace, we actually sold one of the full-size coffee tables too. The full-size ones typically sell for around $400 to $500. And I've never had one of the small ones, so I'm not quite sure, but I would think that once I get this kind of cleaned up, that it would be worth maybe around $200. And it was only $45, and it has the original brass top. Typically, I will thrift a small glass top and sell them with both, so that people have the original top it came with, but they also can have a more contemporary, updated look. And I personally prefer it with glass on top, because you really get to see the cool legs, which I think are the best feature. But also the brass looks amazing too. And I always like to keep things as original as possible. I wasn't kidding when I said I had a good bag of jewelry. Now, I know there was the jam in there, but look at all of these treasures. Oh, I'm so excited. I love to just get down and dig. So going through piles of jewelry is one of my absolute favorite things. And there's several things that I do when I do that. When I look through the piles of jewelry, I'm not just looking at value or the weight of sterling. I'm typically looking for a couple things: beautiful stones, quality craftsmanship, unique designs, and most importantly, signatures. I'm looking for things that are artist signed. A piece isn't more valuable because it's signed, but if a piece is signed, you at least have the opportunity to do homework and research and figure out who might have made it. And if you can figure out who might have made it, you might end up having something that's quite valuable, because that specific designer or artist is more collectible and desirable. These, for example, are by the artist Dawn Dixon. They are carved agilite earrings, and agilite is a stone very similar to slate, and these have more value because the artist is known. Here's another designer piece. This is a Danish potter named Karen from Denmark. This was listed at $15, and I did a huge bundle. I think I bought about 30 items from one vendor, so I ended up getting a significant discount. So the pricing's a little bit skewed from what you see on here. So I probably paid realistically around $12, maybe even $10 for this item. And this designer sells for close to $100 per brooch. This is another designer brooch made in Denmark. Again, it was only $15, so I probably ended up paying closer to $12. This is one of the most amazing pieces that I picked up today. It's a beautiful sterling turquoise naja on a nice, unique, thick sterling chain. They had 300 on it, and I offered 200, and they said yes. This is sand cast, and then all of this design is hand stamped around the edges, and it's got a beautiful kind of teal turquoise stone. And this is worth probably $500 to $600. Sometimes spending a little bit more on a really desirable, beautiful item is worth the investment because I invested $200, but potentially I'll profit anywhere from $200 to $300. It takes a lot of work to clean, photograph, list, measure, weigh, and ship these items. So investing the $200 in this one item, and I only have to do the work on this once versus maybe 6 or 7 sets of earrings to make that amount of profit. When you're starting out, buying the smaller, less expensive items is definitely the way to do it. And then you reinvest in your inventory. That's the smart way to go. But once you can start buying these larger pieces, as long as you know what you're looking for and you do some research, I think it's a really smart choice. I got a couple modernist Scandinavian items. I believe this one is Norway. Yes, this is pewter from Norway. Very cool design. These are so unique. They are hand-painted porcelain ovals and they're bezel set into a nice thick sterling. I thought those were really pretty. Something a little bit different than you see every day. I picked up a lot of Southwestern earrings. These are kind of cool because they have this open work design and it almost looks like a bird. I think that's supposed to be a falcon or an eagle. And it's got spiny oyster, malachite, turquoise, lapis, and coral, very, very finely inlaid and sawtooth set. And then these are one of my favorite stones because I love the colors in azurite. To me, it looks like earth with the blue and green. Each of these look like little continents. I love that stone. Some Tazco Mexican sterling modernist earrings. Another pair of beautiful little Southwestern earrings. These are really pretty because they almost look like little insects. Don't those look like little beetles? These are beautiful too. I like this kind of Art Deco shield style. Now, I typically do not polish my sterling silver. I like to have it look aged and not brand new. That's part of the charm to me with buying vintage and antiques. However, for this specific pair, I do think that they're a little bit too tarnished, so I will clean that up with a sterling silver polishing cloth. Pair of sterling and onyx fan earrings. Oh, by the way, most of the earrings, at least all of the smaller ones, I paid probably around $15 for. Some of them were marked at $20 or $25, but by the time that I bundled everything together, I think it probably broke down to around $15 to $20. I thought these were interesting. They have a beautiful silver bead on the bottom and then this kind of tribal looking design up here with some black faceted beads. I've never seen anything quite like these before. Are any of you familiar with this? I've never seen it before. Really love them though. And then a pair of sterling and black onyx kind of Art Deco looking drop earrings. These are super pretty. I buy a lot of turquoise, but honestly, 2 of my very favorite stones are jasper and agate. This is one of my favorite types of jasper. I love it so much with the colors. It's warm. It looks like a desert. And then this agate is just beautiful with those kind of copper tones running through it. Again, I didn't pay the full price, but they had this one at $25. And this one at $40, so I probably paid $20 and around $30 for this one. Whenever I'm buying jewelry, I try to always make sure that I have at least 50% margins. That's my goal, because even though it's small and easy to keep and store, it's a lot of work to get those listed and sold. Look how beautiful these little owls are. Oh, I thought these were so cute. Adorable. Not sure how much I paid, but probably around $25. Sterling bear claw earrings. Really petite little malachite earrings. I love these earrings so much. Look at how big the backing is on this one. I don't think I've ever seen a backing that solid before. Mexico 925. I haven't actually looked at these yet, so I don't know what they're stamped. Unfortunately, I don't see any artist signature, but they are Mexican sterling, beautiful malachite stones all inlaid in there. Nice and heavy, but not too heavy because they're not too large, but they're nice and solid sterling, that's for sure. I love the purple. I think it's so pretty. These are one of my favorite pairs that I picked up. They're post earrings and they are signed. They say something sterling on the back, and I have not been able to figure out with the loop what it says. It looks like it says SKIS or SHIS or SHUIS. It's super hard to read. I don't even think it's probably picking up here on camera. But if you're familiar with these, please let me know because I just love them. Some little fringe turquoise earrings. Look how large these earrings are. They're hollow inside, so they're not too heavy, but these are clip-on. I love this pair because it has the orange spiny oyster, which you just don't see that often. It's really, really pretty. These coral and turquoise beads are so beautiful. The coral is so red. It's got sterling closure, signs on the back. It's a really good quality necklace, really pretty. And I like that all of the beads are about the same size. A beautiful filigree panel bracelet with malachite stones. This one's interesting. It has a leather cord and then sterling closures here. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of a sea creature. It's got 9 beautiful black onyx stones, all sawtooth set. No signature on the back, but it's different. And leather cords don't tend to be as valuable as a sterling chain, but sometimes they really look good because they accent the stones. A Mexican sterling cuff. I like the open work, kind of minimalist design on this. It's nice and lightweight because sometimes you don't always feel like having a really heavy, chunky bracelet on, so that's kind of cool. And then these are so beautiful. I love them so much. They've got garnet stones in them. They have a very tribal bohemian look to them. I believe that these were made in India. They look very similar in style to a lot of Indian silver jewelry. They're so beautiful. Love, love, love. And the stones in these turquoise earrings are so pretty. They're very green. This one's a little tiny bit greener than the other one, but they're both just beautiful stones. And they've got that very classic Southwestern look with the roping around them. Pretty sterling earrings. I like the design on this with the flowers. Those are so pretty. I'm telling you, I love azurite. I think it's the prettiest stone. Every time I see it, I think of what it would be like to see Earth from space. So much depth to it. And then this beautiful pair of earrings. These are Pacific Northwest Native American earrings. I love the birds. I really love jewelry, as you know. I love selling it. I love wearing it for myself. I love learning about it. It's kind of like our personal decor. It's how we decorate ourselves. And I just think jewelry is so special in so many cultures around the world. I love doing this. Thank you for listening and letting me show you what I found. And all of this is going to be coming for sale. We are so happy with our finds from the Northwest largest garage sale. Having been there so long ago, we weren't quite sure what to expect, but we were thrilled to see the quality of the items and the pricing. And of course, the highlight of the entire day was getting to say hi to so many of you. So we just want to give a major shout out to all of the vendors there and everybody who worked so hard to put that event together. We know how much work goes behind the scenes in hosting those events and also showing up as a vendor for them. We are definitely going to be adding this event to our calendar and trying to make sure that we are in town when it happens because we've missed the last few years. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today in this episode. If you were wanting to purchase any of the items you saw us find today, we list our vintage finds the first Friday of every single month on our website, leftcoastrevivals.com. And we have so many exciting things coming up this year. We are actually hosting 7 group trips this year. Our group trips are typically based around flea markets and thrifting. So if you ever want to join us on one of our upcoming group trips, you can learn more about those on our website, leftcoastrevivals.com. Just click on that travel tab and you will see all of our upcoming group trips we have. And we are actually getting ready to announce our 2026 group trips. I've been working so hard on these behind the scenes, doing research and figuring out where I want to take you, and I cannot wait to share those with you very soon. Our group trips do sell out very fast, so make sure you are subscribed to our free newsletter at leftcoastrevivals.com/newsletter so that you are the first to know as soon as we make the announcements. I hope wherever you are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in a brand new episode here very soon. I showered this morning, I swear. What happened?
Like JP.
I'm like her cat. I'm like fuzzy.
Not.
Oh my goodness, what a mess. That's what happens when you get up at 4 in the morning.
We gotta ferminate you.